Hello, welcome back. We are joined by Dana Redden, who is the founder of Stewards. Welcome to Sidebar.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So I understand that Solar Stewards creates opportunities for renewable energy markets and making sure that it's equitable. Can you just share a little bit more about what the opportunities are there?
Absolutely. So unbundled RECs, we know, have been so successful in the development of renewable resources. However, really hasn't had the opportunity to touch historically excluded communities because those projects are typically small and need a little extra help. And with social renewable energy credits or social RECs, we're able to bridge that gap.
What is a social renewable energy credit?
Sure. It's like any traditional REC, utilizing the same registries, but recognizing that these projects need an additional price point and a longer term to be impactful. Also, most important, that social REC revenue is passed directly to communities and projects that serve historically excluded communities, so they're able to really participate in this clean energy revolution in an economic way.
So Dana, you know I am a huge fan of your work. I'm a huge fan of you, and I know you've run a couple of sessions here that is engaging corporations and the role they can be playing to bringing these benefits to more communities. Can you share a little bit about what corporations should be doing or where they should start to better make sure those impacts are evenly shared?
Absolutely. So it's amazing to see the leadership role that corporations have taken in the development of renewable energy, and now they can take that same leadership when it comes to the equitable distribution of these assets in communities. So just a small, finding a small project, it could be large too, but a small project to start out with that really resonates with your brand. If you're an agro company, maybe you want to do something with agrivoltaics. If you work in consumer goods, maybe you want to do something with gaming and how people play with your tools in their home, for instance. So there's such an ability to match your brand with projects that also serve the communities and employees that need to experience renewable energy just like everybody else.
Yeah. Go for it.
I understand that you all work both here in the U.S. and internationally. I'm curious about where you see the opportunities for more renewable energy, like what regions?
Well, thank you for that really important question, because as we look to COP in a couple weeks, there's a real conversation about the restorative justice here in the U.S., but also internationally. We know that, there's a lot of countries that didn't contribute to this climate crisis, but are feeling those disproportionate burdens. So the UN has that definition, least developed country. The verbiage could be explored a little bit there, but that being said, we do have a role for leading nations to really participate and help those countries not only transition but mitigate those damages, like island nations. Let's look at the Caribbean, for example. Several countries in the Caribbean are looking at that IREC standard, or International Renewable Energy Credit Standard. So now they can participate in the markets that have made continents like North America and Europe leaders in renewable energy development.
Yeah. I know sometimes it's hard for corporations to start on that path. There's sort of an idea of like, well, why should I be paying for this? Or, they're working on thin margins. They're kind of like, well, this is a global problem. What's it like? Why would I be responsible for this? How do you work with organizations, or like, what's the framing of this that shows that this is really incumbent on all of us to be addressing?
Yeah, and that's really critical to really identify that we all have a role here. So with Solar Stewards, you have the opportunity to really look in your sphere of influence, looking at your hometown, is that school district or municipality outfitted with, the latest in solar and storage? And we do focus on distributed energy resources for that localized opportunity. But really starting close to your brand and your individual footprint. But it is a collective issue and problem that we're all going to face the ramifications of. And so that's important to really identify.
Yeah, we only have a couple seconds left, but I want to know, where should corporations get started?
Find that community that you want to partner with and start having those conversations, and also make sure to give historically excluded communities the opportunity to engage in authentic ways.
Great. Dana, thanks so much for joining us on Sidebar. It's been amazing to learn more.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.